I am so excited to chat with you about this wonderful new song you have out. I'm curious, how do you guys describe the music that you make? Is there a certain genre you feel you fall into, or you don't even go for that?
I would say that we really like the Americana,
Yes.
sort of that umbrella. That's definitely the music that I think we feel most kindred to. Roots music is, would be another one. Um, when we were coming up, there was sort of a few genres. You were either alt country or country,
Yeah.
blues or folk, and in the early 2000s, Americana was just sort of coming on the scene. Bands like Ola Bell and Nickel Creek and stuff like that were sort of blazing the way for this new genre of like just a blend of American roots music. Um, and I've always felt sort of at home under that banner.
Who are some artists that influenced you and your brother when you were growing up?
Ry Cooder, Bonnie Raitt, John Hyatt, Lyle Lovett, Little Feat are all really, really big important influences to us.
I'm curious about this new song you have out now, I'll Drive. This was co-written in Nashville with Jonathan Singleton. Where did the inspiration come from?
This one was, probably one of the more straight ahead songs that we've ever written. And we were down there doing some writing with him. Um, we don't do a lot of co-writing,
Mhm.
but he is somebody that we will always make time for. And anytime we're working on a new record, we always try and get down and spend some time with him. So we were down there, and at the end of a 3-day writing trip, he was like, "Hey man, I got this idea. I got this song idea. It's just real simple. It's just like I always wanted to write a song like this. It's like I'll drive, go and do this something something, and then I'll drive, and then something something something, and then I'll drive. And the idea is just you're just gonna take somebody for a drive. And we were like, that sounds awesome. Let's do that. So that's where that came from.
Is that
Pretty straightforward.
a typical songwriting process for you all where you collaborate on ideas? Is there no way you always tend to write a song?
Uh, no, I say for the most part. Um, so for this record, it was my brother, Joe, myself, and our drummer, Roman Clark. We wrote everything on the album, with the exception of those couple songs that we did with Jonathan. That was the only one on the record with Jonathan. And one of us will bring a song idea to the session. So it'll be a lyric or a chorus, or sometimes it's, almost done. And then we all work on it together, sort of get it over the finish line. That's probably the most common version of that.
Your new album, Dog Ear here. Your new album is Dog Ear. Where did this title come from?
So a dog ear is uh, when you flip over the corner of a page to
Yep.
sort of save your place in a book. And this album talks a lot about um, being a stable, consistent force in the lives of the people around you. Both my brother and I, have started families in the last couple of years, so we got young kids at home. So thinking a lot about and writing a lot about the experience of being fathers, parents, um, and thinking about the way that changes the relationships we have with our partners and our collaborators, everyone. Like, so that the record really sort of delves into some of those ideas, um, and it just felt like a fitting title because it sort of sums up some of those themes nicely.
I'll Drive is the first single, the lead single off of it. What are some other themes you'll be exploring outside of, new beginnings for your families?
Mm. There's a few. I mean, I will say that like a lot of that really does deal with just that, sort of being new parents. And there's a song on the album about my brother's. Well, yeah, no, this is another one about kids, but he wrote a song for his daughter Ray. Half Moon Eyes is all about sort of her, and uh, there's a love song on the album called Half of Me that's just a little bit more straight ahead. There's a song called Vincent that's about sort of an old friendship or relationship coming to an end and what that feels like, might feel like. Um, and what else? There's
Well, my
uh,
favorite track is Knuckles, and then certainly I
okay,
enjoy Strange Deer as well.
cool. Yeah, so Strange Deer I wrote for my son, and that's a song about just sort of filling a song full of hopes and dreams for his future and wondering about where he's going to be and what he's going to do and where he's going to go and with his life and then also just being grateful for being along for the ride. Knuckles is an interesting one. That one's about watching a relationship come to an end and feeling like the last thing that you have to give to this person, the last kindness that you can offer is to actually sort of put your hands down and let them um, sort of have the last word
Mm,
and it's sort of a kindness that you can let them have sort of the final say in how that ends because whatever it is that you feel like you need to address, deal with is too hard and too heavy, and you're sort of letting them skate off easy, and that's your sort of parting gift to them at the end of a relationship. So that's kind of an interesting one. I mean, so but I'm glad you like it.
Knuckles features the iconic Bonnie Raitt. How did the two of you come to collab on that?
So we made friends with Bonnie in 2014 at the Winnipeg Folk Festival,
Well, I'm just
and
friends with Bonnie Raitt.
I know, I believe me, if I sound like I'm fluffing that off, the novelty will never wear off. She was one of our biggest heroes growing up, one of our biggest influences. Um, and so we met her at the Boat Folk Festival, and she was incredible. She was amazing. She was so kind and generous. We hung out with her for I felt like an hour, maybe more. And we stayed in touch and we sent her some songs. She wound up covering one of our songs on her last record, and it was a bit of a hit for her. And then it won a Grammy, so that was a big deal. And then on this album, we borrowed her piano player, Glenn, who's also we're from Winnipeg, and he's a former Winnipegger. So we invited him in to come play on the record. He did. He was amazing. And when we were done, he said, "You should really send this to Bonnie and ask her if she might want to sing on something." And we were like, "Oh no, that'd be crazy." And he's like, "No, you should do it. You should do it." So we did, and she came back and said, "Hey, I'd love to do that." And then she made some time on a couple of days off between her tour dates. She was at home and she went in the studio and cut the vocals and sent them over to us. And she wound up singing on Knuckles and also on Half Moon Eyes.
Oh my goodness. You work also with Begonia on this. Is there another artist you would love to collaborate with on music in the future?
I've got a long list of people that I'd love to work with for sure. Um, One that's always top of mind is a guy named Foy Vance. Are you familiar with him?
Yep.
He's a friend and I mean it's not a far-fetched thing. We're pals and we stay in touch and but I'm like a like weak in the knees fan of his. Um, so that would be really cool to work on something together, have him sing on one of ours or sing on one of his, I don't know, play some shows, something. I'd love to do something with Foy. Um, but I'm also, like Begonia is a dear, dear friend, and she's been a part of almost every record we've put out, actually. Either writing or and one, yeah, well, actually writing. She's helped us write some songs along the way. Um, but we're actually taking her on the road. We're going to Europe and the UK in February and April, and she's going to join us for those shows. So that's going to be really, really fun.
Dog Year comes out November 14th. How are you guys going to celebrate?
Um, what is November 14th? Friday?
Something
Date,
like that. And I know you'll be
date
in
night.
Texas around that time.
No, you know what? We leave on the 18th. On the 14th, I'm going to send my kid to my mother's house. She's going to babysit, and she babysits all of our kids. So my brother's two daughters and my son. So we will have date night, and maybe we'll make a reservation somewhere nice and go have a little party. But we'll be low key about it, I think.
Well, you guys are going to appear at Europe's largest guitar event, the Guitar Summit Festival in Germany. You'll also got some Denmark dates coming up. Do you have a favorite place you guys are set to perform at here, or one that holds a special place in your heart over the years?
Yeah, for sure. We are, well, we're going to Austin in a couple of weeks, a little under a month from now. We're going to Austin.
23rd,
That's
20
gonna be that's
yesterday.
gonna be amazing. We love Austin. It's probably a favorite US city to play in. And I love playing in Denmark. Copenhagen is one of my favorite cities in the world. And I love Amsterdam. Amsterdam's beautiful. We always have a good time there. I think we have a day off in Amsterdam, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, there's a handful of spots that I'm really excited about. And yeah, I mean honestly, all of Europe and the UK is a great place to tour. The fans are fantastic. The history is great. I love being in Europe. I love the food. I love the different biomes that you encounter moving through the world. So all of it, yeah, it's cool. We've been at home for a while. We're well rested, and we spent can't possibly spend enough time with our families, but
Right.
um, that part's hard. But aside from that, ready to get back to work and excited to hit the road.
What can fans expect from a live Brothers Landreth performance? Will you guys be doing some of Dog Ear live?
Yeah, we will for sure. We'll play one, two, three, five tunes off the new record,
All
I
right.
think. Um, yeah, we worked really, really hard on the live show. It's not just a band getting up and playing songs off the set list. We really
Sure.
spend a bunch of time crafting the arc and the narrative of the live show so that it tells the most compelling story. So we put a lot of effort into um, how the songs flow and building little motifs and um intros and segues and stuff, medleys through the music, so it stays interesting. It's challenging musically for us in terms of playing and singing, and hopefully it just grabs the audience and takes them on a bit of a journey, and with any luck, the 90 minutes goes by in a blink, and
Yeah.
you can't believe it's over. That's what we're hoping for.
What would you guys like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of the wonderful, incredible, and just inspiring music you both put out?
Oh man. Well, I hope I say it enough, and I try and make sure that people know we're grateful. But the reality is we cannot do this without fans. We are here because our fans and supporters, our family, our friends, they allow us to be. This is a dream. It's an incredible privilege to be able to make music for a living, especially in the world that we're living in now. It feels, more and more surreal to be able to carry on having a career as an artist. And that's a gift. That's a gift that our fans give us, and we never take that for granted. Um, and yeah, we're just happy to be on this ride. So thank you to everybody who listens and buys a record and comes up to a show or buys a t-shirt or even, shares a kind word. All that stuff matters.